All right, guys, welcome back to the Spice of Life podcast. Today, the podcast is brought to you by Buds and Leaves in Vic West. Buds and Leaves is a full licensed dispensary helping athletes and patients of all kinds get the proper care they need. If you guys want to visit Buds and Leaves, go over to www.budsandleaves.com or on Instagram at Buds and Leaves. Today, I will feature for you guys a product that I've been using. It's made by a company called Smile. And Adam Braidwood and my friend Blake McVitie, he's the owner of this company, and they've teamed up with Buds and Leaves. Smile is a CBD oral spray. So in this little bottle, you get 125 milligrams of CBD mist, and it's nice. It's discreet. You can spray it in your mouth walking down the street. It just looks like you're putting in some fucking your breath spray so you can go make out with a chick. But if you guys want to visit them, you can go to Buds and Leaves, or you can go to smilevliquid.com. It's SMYLE Vliquid.com. Who else we brought to? Oh, we're brought to fucking Monster headphones, motherfuckers. The best headphones in the business. The Duke's got the big goldies on over there. What are those ones? Those ones they're made for a soccer player, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, I actually don't even know. I just know when we were checking out at buying new headphones and stuff like that, we picked up the Monster ones because they just fit my head better. Those other ones that we had before, I forget what they were called, but they were shitty. They hurt my fucking ears.
Those ones came with your studio recording equipment, Lucas, and I told you that was going to happen. But I've got the Monster Clarity headphones on because I am the brains behind this operation and I need to hear all the bullshit that goes on this show. So I got the Monster Clarities. And last but not least, we're brought to you guys by audible.com. So if you guys go over to www.audibletrial.com/spice, audible.com will give you a 1-month free trial, and the Spice of Life podcast will give you 2 free ebooks. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/spice. Now,
what are you listening to these days, Tanner?
Right now I've already read this book, but now I'm listening to it on audible.com. But it is The Sweet Science. Sometimes, like, I'm the kind of I'm a reader that falls asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be reading and then I'll fall asleep and the book will hit the floor and then I don't know what page I was on, so that I end up reading half the book over again. So with audible.com, you can pause your book. You can listen to it in the car.
I was going to say, you pause it when you fall asleep. You probably just read it. Then your brain subconsciously absorbs it anyway, and then you think that you've heard it.
Correct. That's why you're a vegan.
Maybe. I started listening to my books and podcasts while I work out now. I don't even listen to music anymore. I just throw a book on, do my work. Because you can do that when you're lifting slow, being a vegan bodybuilder.
That's true. We have a guest scheduled today. His name is Kevin Ross. He was the guest of the year last year, where I don't know where he is.
Yeah, I don't know where he is either.
But while we're waiting for Kevin, we can go over the fight card lineup for KO Boxing. So
you got the official one now?
I have the official one. I just got it texted to me, yes. So we can Julian Klima, that guy that we wanted to see fight longer last time, who took out that Mexican that was there for some lunch money. Julian is fighting a guy from Montreal. So he's in for a fucking fight. His name is Charles Hauver, Hauver. He's 0-1, but you know the guys that are coming in from Montreal are good.
Yeah, and do you know where he's from in Montreal? Like what gym?
No idea.
Okay.
But Julian Klima versus Charles. That'll be a good scrap because Julian's got skills.
Yeah.
And then,
I can't wait to see it. Yeah, he really performed. He looked like he was really good the last time that we saw him at KO, right? He moved really well, but I mean, that guy just tomato can.
Correct. The next fight of the night is Robbie Cousin, spelt like cuisine, but it's cousin. He's 2-0, and he's going to be fighting another gentleman from Montreal named Dimitri Wardenberg, who's 0-1. Again, don't go by fucking who knows what he did in amateurs.
Yeah, I mean, Robbie had close to, what did he have, 80 fights or something like that in amateur days?
Yeah.
He'd been around, and he was one of Jelena's main sparring partners forever.
Yeah. So they've obviously been getting ready for this card together.
Mm-hmm.
The next fight is Rafael Santoro, who is 2-0, and he's going to be taking on one of the toughest people probably to lace up a pair of boots in Brian Samuel. This fight could steal the show.
I have a feeling it's gonna be a barn burner for sure. Like they're gonna be throwing down. I mean, we talked about that the other day. That was one fight that we knew, one matchup that we knew it was happening already. It was already confirmed. We knew who they were competing against, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Brian's been training quite a bit differently for this fight again, so he looks differently. He had posted a picture the other day, after a run. He looks leaner than he normally does. I mean, he's always in pretty good shape, but he looks like he's in even better shape. Like he looks sick sometimes when he's coming out. Like he doesn't look like that right now. He looks like he's in legitimate shape this time. So it's going to be interesting to see.
It's again, might be fight of the night. Don't sleep on that one. The next fight is a gentleman from Montreal versus a guy from Croatia. So the guy from Montreal, his name is Artur Zatdinov. He's the gentleman that knocked out Markel Wedderburn.
Ooh, okay. Like just the last one when the Boogeyman fought? Okay.
Yes. And he's fighting a guy named Peter. I can't. It's Mrvalj. Makes no fucking sense.
Sure. So, and he's from Croatia.
He is from Croatia. This card's literally like a world card.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about either one of those guys. I know Artur has some legit skills. He's a good boxer.
He looked good. I mean, he beat Markel up, but he looked good in and out, dodging those big haymaker punches that he was throwing, and definitely outboxed him.
Well, Artur's an undefeated fighter at 4-0, and the gentleman he's going up against has 16 fights with a record of 8-8.
Okay.
So realistically, evenly matched fight. Next fight is Eric Taylor, who is 7-1-2, against Abdul Jimenez, 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 who's
Where's he from?
4-2, Mexico.
Okay, they're bringing in people from everywhere for this card.
Yeah. So the thing I like about the Mexican guys that come in at these lighter weights is they come to fight.
Yes, they do. They definitely do, and they're fast and they're tough, man. All of them that they brought in that Mel brings in are tough, except for that last guy.
The guy that fought Julian, yeah. Next fight of the night is a 5-rounder or 6-rounder, sorry, and it's going to feature Flavio Michel, one of our favorite guys to watch, who's 6-2, against another Mexican fellow from the same camp as the other guy. His name is Alejandro Ramos.
And Flavio, congratulations, just got married on the weekend too.
Yes.
Got married and he's still fighting. It was weird. I saw this post. He's getting married. I'm thinking he's story. I'm still fighting. I'm like, okay, good. That's awesome.
But hey, good for you, Flavio. I heard your fucking wedding was like 3 hours long. Just saying, that's a little long. That's a lot of time.
Like the ceremony?
Yeah, it was an African ceremony.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear that. I just saw it. I didn't even know Flavio was even engaged to somebody. So
neither did I.
Yeah.
No idea.
Beautiful bride though. She looked good. They both look good.
Yeah.
So
we like Flavio. Flavio's a nice guy, man.
We do. That's why I wanted to give him the shout out on the show for the wedding, because that's cool, man.
So after the Flavio fight, we have a short intermission of probably about 20 minutes. Then the next fight of the night is the Boogeyman, Adam Braidwood, 12-1. He's taken on Hugo Leone from Guadalajara, Mexico, who's 5-1 with like a 54-3 amateur record.
Okay.
Fuck you, Mike Russell, piece of shit.
Yeah, you fucking idiot, and you stupid ginger bitch that was on there too commenting.
Pretty sure that's his wife.
Actually?
Yeah, I think so. But
that'd be funny then. No wonder she's sticking up for him and back. What a piece of shit that guy is. Don't even get me started.
Well, hey. Anyway, Boogeyman, Adam Braidwood versus Hugo Leone. This is the last fight before June when East and West are going to collide in Shawnigan, or however the fuck you say that goddamn name where we're going, where Simon Keene is going to fight Adam Braidwood. We're going to figure it out. It's going to be for the WBO Intercontinental title, maybe another belt at the same time. But we're going to get that. We're going to get it figured out. We're going to find out who the best in Canada is, and then the best is going to go off to bigger and better things, where Simon Keene is probably going to have to go fight Dylan Carmen.
I see Dylan's training again quite a bit.
Dylan's got a fight coming up.
Where's that at?
I have no idea. Probably Niagara Falls again with his promoter, but like, I don't even want to get into this press bullshit right now until I get through this fucking card. Then after the Boogeyman throws down with Hugo, we've got the main event, Fight 50 for the WBC and the WBA world title. Jelena Mrjenovic, the champion, who has a record of 37-10-2, which a lot of those 10s should not be there. Like, a lot of those 10 losses should not be there. Bad decisions. But she is fighting a very tough Stephanie Ducastle from France. So it's a rematch from the draw.
Mm-hmm. That young gal only has like 10 fights.
She's 8-3-2.
Okay. So 13 fights. But I mean, she has a huge extensive amateur background, but she's younger too.
Well, listen, she got a world title fight for a reason. Like, she's not fucking around. She can fight.
Oh yeah.
So we're in for a barn burner of a 12-round fight in that one. I don't know what Adam's doing. I think he's doing 8. No, that's a 6. That's a 6-rounder.
It ain't going more than a couple rounds anyway.
No.
I hope Rich gets him to drag it out a little bit, but
he
never seems to do that anyway.
I'd like to see it go into the 4th or something like that. Maybe Adam can jab for the first 3 rounds.
There you go. Yeah.
But hey.
Yeah, that's what. Well, I mean, it's also tough too. You're a heavyweight. It doesn't really matter. I mean, here you got a guy that's got 63 fights or whatever that adds up to be, or 64 fights.
Yeah.
And he obviously has some KOs, and so if Adam's going to get in there and quote unquote drag it out, he could still get tagged. And I mean, we know he's tough and whatever else, but it's just like, I mean, I know we say that sometimes. Oh, it'd be nice to see him go to the later rounds to get that experience again. That's it, but not on purpose, because you still never know. I guess I just hope that he gets tested a little bit. At the same time, whatever, he's gonna knock Keane out in a couple rounds too. So I guess there's no point really worrying about it.
Well, here's the thing: is when these heavyweight fights get made, everybody has to remember that these guys are heavyweights. One punch changes the fight.
Yeah,
doesn't matter who you are. If you can land a punch that's got some stink on it, it's going to change the fight. They're too big. Like, realistically, you get popped in the face by a guy that's 240 or 250, it's a fucking terrible time.
Yeah, it's definitely not fun. I mean, and Adam is one of those guys that just, he's so big and strong. He really, I mean, it's weird looking at him. I mean, for so many people that just see him on TV or see him on our podcast show or whatever, I mean, I'm not a small person.
No.
Like, I'm 6 feet, I'm 209 pounds, and I stand beside you and I look like, okay, you're bigger than me. But Adam dwarfs us both. You know?
Like, I'm not a small dude. Like, 6 foot. I was 217 this morning. I put on a little bit of weight after the weekend. Whoopsies. But no, I'm not a small guy. Like, I'm wide. I got big shoulders. I got a giant head. Like, I've got a fucking heavyweight head 100%. It's fucking huge. I don't understand.
Nobody is arguing with you there. Nobody's arguing with you there.
I don't understand why my head is so big. Like, I'll show everybody right now. Like, I put on these snapback hats. I have 2 fucking snaps done up. Like, it's retarded. I can't wear those fucking flex fit hats because my head's too big. It gives me a headache.
And I don't get it, because I thought I have a kind of a small head, and then hats still don't fit me, so it's weird.
It is what it is. I'm glad that they make these flex fit or these snapback hats though, because I literally look retarded in those other ones. I look like you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's probably my problem, because I had a flex fit and it just sits up, looks like a farmer hat. I don't like it.
So guys, if you guys want to get tickets for this event, go to eventbrite.com. or hit up some of the fighters on the A side if you guys are in Edmonton or you know them. So the A side again on this card is Julian Klima, Robbie Cousin, Rafael Santoro. I don't know if fucking Archer's gonna have tickets. I highly doubt it. Eric Taylor, Flavio Michel, Adam Braidwood. Don't hit up Jelena for tickets because she ain't got none.
She doesn't. I was gonna say, aren't they even for sale at Champ's Gym? Probably.
I would guess that you could probably get them from the gym or something like that. But
at the same time, I mean, if you guys know somebody, if you're listening to the show and you know one of those guys and you want to see him, hit him up, man. Those young guys, they all get a little kickback from Mel, the promoter, right? So if you know them, you're gonna go. I mean, yes, Eventbrite's simple and easy. You can order them on there. But if you got those guys' Facebook or something like that, hit them up. That way they get a little kickback from Mel, and then they know that, hey, there's that many more people there to cheer them on. Because when they're not making tons of money taking these fights, they're still growing and learning, and they all got full-time jobs as well on top of that. So every little bit helps.
it's not even the money factor when it comes to tickets, right? Promoters like to see the fighters selling. If you don't sell tickets and everybody goes over to Eventbrite, it doesn't go a long way with the promotion. But if you can show up and let's say Mel Lubovic gave you 50 tickets to sell and you sold all 50, it goes a long way to getting you another fight with that promotion.
For sure it does.
Hit the guys up first. Like I think even fucking Brad Switzer selling tickets for the fucking fights. But don't call Brad. He's not fighting anymore. I'm disappointed.
Got some new job. He's like all serious about working and
just quit.
Unreal.
Just quit. Yeah, go. Stop doing
Box full time, Brad.
Yeah. You're fucking 7 feet tall. Really? You could be a WWF wrestler and you wouldn't even have to fucking train.
That is true. Because we just talked about Adam, but he makes Adam look small. Probably the funniest picture on social media for making people small is when you got Brad on one side, Adam on the other, and Jelena was in the middle of those two.
Yeah. I've got a retarded looking picture with Cam, me, Adam, and Brad.
Ooh, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Are you guys all in a row, like boom, 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 boom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of times I go somewhere and I'm one of the smallest guys in the room. But those guys are monsters. They're legit a different breed of human being. Like Brad could be a fucking alien.
He definitely probably is an alien, actually.
Guaranteed.
That's why he always skirts that topic when we're talking about aliens.
That's very true. Everybody hit up Brad Switzer, the Big Time 780 on Instagram, and ask him if he's a fucking alien. Ask him where his ship is. We want to go for a ride.
He definitely he's on to something, man. I mean, that height gets him. He's the amount of women that guy's posing with and hanging with is unreal. It's so funny following him on Instagram though, and seeing where he's at next and what he's doing, and it's pretty good.
Well, here's the thing, like when there's a person that big, females want to know how big your piece is. Like, does it coincide with the size of your body? Or are you that big because something's lacking? It's like guys that drive big trucks. Like
those guys are instantly making up for
100%.
Compensating. 100% there.
Like, I drive a Ford F-150, a normal sized truck, right? It's a nice truck. I get asked, why don't you jack it up? I'm like, well, where am I going that's going to need a jacked up truck? Like, I'm not going to fucking Saudi Arabia and going fucking sand duning or anything. Like, I drive it on the street.
Might have worked good when you're driving to those concrete garbage cans.
Yeah, I still got a small dick though, so like.
That's why I drive a crossover, man. I don't need to compensate for nothing.
Oh no, you drive a van because you have a pussy.
It's a minivan crossover. Yeah, minivan crossover. Even Rin's now making fun of me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get a new vehicle.
What does she drive?
Ford Escape or something like that. She used to have an Escalade. She's getting one back.
Okay, are you a fucking cannibal? Like, are you on this vegan stuff so bad that you're trying to eat your own finger right now?
No, I was just itching it. Yeah.
Okay, normal people itch with their hands.
I know, with the finger.
And you're biting yourself like a fucking cannibal.
I'm good, man. I haven't had any. Been good. I've been. But here's the thing. Friday, I took Lauren out for lunch. We went to 111 Grill. It was his birthday, so he orders a steak, of course, and
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
I order a stir fry. And but I'm looking at the menu and I see, and I've ate there so many times. I've had the steaks. I've had all the shit they got there, right?
Yeah,
And they got a roasted red pepper and spinach dip.
yeah.
So it says, and I gotta reread it, but I was just jonesing, but I look at it, roasted red pepper. So I actually asked her, I'm like, is that all that's in it? She's like, yeah. I was like, that's it, just spinach and peppers. I'm like, well, I'll get that for an appetizer then, because I finished talking to her, and this girl's known me for, oh man, like 15 years. So she's bugging me that I'm not eating meat and that I don't drink and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so, I order this dip, and I eat about three big scoops of this dip. And I'm like, it's like a fucking cheese dip though, right? But I'm like, is there cheese in this? And she looks at me like I'm retarded. Like, of course there's fucking cheese in it, you idiot. I was like, you told me it was just the two things. She's like, it's a fucking spinach dip. What do you think's in it? And I was like, I don't know. Man, I had diarrhea like so bad 2 hours later. It was awful. Like it fucking affected me, man. I'm feeling way better not eating any of this shit, man. Like I can't explain it. And I'm not doing it as a ethical choice thing or whatever else. It's just I feel better. Have you ever
Wow.
read that blood type diet?
Yeah, I've read it.
That book?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I read it 6-7 years ago, it said I was supposed to basically be a vegan, like for my blood type. I'm like, fuck that
Oh.
shit. I like steak. Like I'm not gonna be. That's the fucking dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Well, then now like it's changing, right? Like I know I'm working out differently, but I'm putting on way more size, and
You sure?
it's yeah. I could do that. I could do that bench press now.
2 plates?
I'm pretty sure I could.
Not a girl.
I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure I could now because everything else has gone up significantly, actually.
See, I read that eat for your blood type thing, and I'm supposed to eat red meat.
There you go.
I like red meat. I like to fucking eat it. If I eat too much of it, though, I don't feel good. So I like, but I have to eat meat. I cannot just. I had a fucking falafel pita the other day, and I wanted to fucking kill myself.
I know your wife texted me a picture on the messenger or whatever it said.
It was
Here is.
good.
I was like, I was saving that to making a meme for that, but not a bad meme.
I
don't
like
wanna
a
get in
nice
the meat battle with
falafel. I like a nice falafel pita. They taste good. I like it. But I was hungry literally 10 minutes later, starving.
Yeah. But I do notice that though, like eating this way, I need to still track my food because I'm still
Yeah.
like I've been eating way more, right? I'm only eating veggies and different stuff, but I'm still packing on a few extra pounds these days because you can eat 3,000 calories of broccoli, which would be a fucking lot, but you're still going to store it as fat.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what you're eating, But I do notice that my body metabolizes the food a lot quicker, and I just feel better. All those fucking weeks of really bad farts have gone away. I'm not as gassy as I used to be. My body's used to that kind of stuff. So I don't know, man. I feel better. I'm sleeping way better too. That's a big thing. But it could also just be the lack of stress in my life.
So that's what I was just gonna say. Like, maybe you should take into account the 186 pounds of bullshit you left behind.
It's true. Could very well have helped.
Like, I know lots of people that have went vegan for a certain period of time and felt good doing it, but went back.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with people that do that. The problem with the people I have is the fucking new Christian vegans.
Yeah, those ones are the fucking worst.
Like, come on, man. Like, okay. So when I was growing up as a kid, I'll
So you're like a Christian cannabis user then now?
no, I don't tell anybody.
Yeah, you're a Christian. You're a Christian cannabis user.
I am an advocate for CBD oil. Yes, because
that's the limit.
I think everybody
Okay.
should use it, but 100%. But would I ever press it on somebody? No, it's a personal decision. But when I was growing up as a kid, I'll tell everybody a little story. It might get a little bit fucking somber in here. My mother died when I was 3. So my father, he tried to figure out where she went. He didn't know if she went to heaven, went to hell, or just went in the ground and turned into dust. So he started going down this Christianity road where he thought fucking God had all the answers to some bullshit. which landed me in a doomsday cult for 12 years. So like you go there and these people would tell you about how the end of the world is going to happen, and you got to do all these things so you don't get fucking burned alive or some bullshit like that. And I was like, okay, well, this is fucking retarded. Like, I got to be about 14 years old, and I was like, I can't do this shit no more. Like, why? Why would I? But what happened to my dad is he turned into one of these new fucking Christian vegans, where he still ate meat, but he was like one of these people. So like he literally alienated his whole family trying to convert them to believe in God, and everybody's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, do you have a mental problem?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I can see that.
So now he's turned it down way down. Like he'll talk to me on the phone, and he'll say, "Oh God, listen, man, you gotta shut the fuck up. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's real. I can give you 50 fucking reasons right now why that book is a fucking fiction book, but I know you don't want to hear it. So let's just not talk about it."
Yeah, I don't really want to talk. Oh, you're still talking to your dad. I thought you meant me. I was like, yeah, man, I don't really want to go down this road either. Neither do our fans, I don't think, because I definitely don't want to hear that. But I do know one thing: the cussing that has come out of my mouth since I'm less straight or like less I'm stressed. Yeah, I know, right? That was bad. You guys will make a video of that for sure. Less stressed right now is man, I'm fucking swearing a lot. So much so that the kids were up late the other night, and Benjamin had said something to me, and I was like, "You gotta fucking go to bed." I said, "You better fucking sleep in the morning." And I was like, I just kept talking, and he looks at me, he's in bed, and he goes, "You just said the F word," and I was like, "And you're not gonna repeat it, are you?" He goes, "Nope, that's not a good word for a 9-year-old, Dad." And I go, "No, it's not." He goes, "All right, good." You know, he's a pretty good kid, but it was funny. I come out of there, and I'm like, I look at Rin, and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "I just told him he needs to fucking sleep in tomorrow." And she goes, "What?" And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, parenting win, I guess, or fail, whatever you want to look at." Like, that's the cool thing, right? It's like it's kind of like big deal, you know. They're not going to be little bastards or anything like that, you know. And they're pretty good kids. So,
have you ever heard my child cuss?
Yep.
The Boogie Child.
Yeah.
What word did you hear her say?
I'm just fucking with you, man. I don't think I ever have.
I've never heard her say when she was a little baby, like she said shit. That was hilarious.
It's repeating it. Yeah.
But
no, I don't think so either. And I think that for the most part, most kids know. You know, I mean, but again, you still come back to it. Like, I always wonder though, right? Like, you see some of those kids at school, you know, and they're cussing and swearing all the time at school, and it makes you wonder, like, if your kids are out there dropping F-bombs and stuff when they're at school around their friends. Like, you don't really know. You know, they're probably not saying it in front of the teacher, but who's to say she's not, you know, dropping fucks around at the playground when she's hanging out with Sally and Jessica, you know?
Well,
like,
I know my young niece has been cussing a lot lately at the park.
Well, is that like Hunter's little sister?
Yeah.
Or different one? Yeah, well, there you go. That kid is fucking unreal.
We've actually cracked down on his cussing because it was getting out of control.
Of course it was, because you even started a thing where you start videotaping. Now he thinks it's funny to cuss more, so he's saying it even more.
No, like when I started doing the videotapes,
yeah,
I started showing him them. I'm like, man, like, really? You're 12. You can't just scream like a girl and go hide. You got to yell fuck. Like, well, now I can see it now that you play it back. So he's been toning the cussing down a lot.
Okay. Yeah. How's his boxing training going?
He's looking good, man. He's got some legit skills. He's got some natural talents and power and stuff like that. So we will be in Edmonton on his birthday, and that is the night of the fights.
Ooh, right, yeah.
He becomes a teenager April 28th. He turns 13 years old. So his mom's sending him to Edmonton with some money, and we need to get him some new boxing supplies.
Clinch Fight Shop.
At the Clinch Fight Shop. We'll be going there. We need to get him a new pair of gloves because the pair that he was using are a pair of my old ones. and he actually hurt his hand through a 16-ounce
How?
glove last night.
Oh, I
So
was gonna say how big are 16s? Shit, I was gonna say I got a couple pairs of 12s, but they're probably too. Like I got those 12-ounce bag gloves.
those rivals,
Yeah,
they'd work for him probably. Yeah.
I'll bring them a pair. I'm not gonna use them, man. I'll keep my 16s because you never know if I'm gonna go do some sparring or
Yeah.
something like that. Like, I'll keep those. But yeah, I'll throw them in the box. I got a box of Black Rifle coffee for you. Got three bags of that. I got the
Yes.
what is it? The regular black, machine black, and like fucking whatever it's called, like suicide black. I
Fucking
don't know. Like
super
really,
racist.
really like why coffee, man. So yeah, so you owe me $60, bitch. And so I got those, and then I'm actually meeting the rep from Black Rifle Coffee up in Sherwood Park on Friday. We're gonna see if we can work something out for the show to offer our fans some Black Rifle Coffee and some different stuff like that. So that'll be good. Yeah.
You know what I have to get when I go to Edmonton? I need to get a new gym bag.
They got those at the Clinch Fight Shop too.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that rival backpack one. I think I like that idea because it's big.
The one that I got, that big orange one.
Yeah.
That's yeah, it's nice. I've actually never used it as a backpack.
No,
I actually forget that you can do that. No, I was slinging it over my shoulder. I totally forget that you can wear it as a backpack. I need to almost get something different though. I got that big ass bag and I go stuff it in the locker at the gym now, and it just doesn't. It takes up a lot of room.
you
They
need
gave
a
me that
duffel
little
bag.
Good Life duffel bag, but I just refused to use that thing because then I look like 700 other sheep walking around in that gym carrying their duffel bags. So I'm not gonna do that.
Well, maybe we can work out a deal then.
What's that deal? You're gonna buy me a duffel bag and I'm gonna give you my rival bag?
Yeah.
Maybe, except you'll be pissed because both zippers are broken,
Fuck.
so you don't want it. Yeah,
Why'd you do that?
the little tabs have broke off both zippers.
Oh, that's easy to fix.
No, like the piece that's folded over that holds it is snapped right off.
Oh, how'd you do that?
Just as I don't know, man. I'm fucking rammy as shit. I have no idea.
Dumbass.
Cheap plastic or something. No, they're metal. I don't know how they broke.
That's
I
weird.
don't. Yeah, just pulling it too hard. I think in the beginning when I was trying to get all the gear in there, I was wedging too much in, trying to zip it up, and it was just too tight, and it ended up breaking the thing. So
It's like the amount of shit I have to take up to the gym now these days is fucking retarded. Like, I got a pair of bag gloves, a pair of sparring gloves, headgear, fucking shoe or boots, change of clothes because I sweat my ass off, a floor ladder, my fucking jock thing, like the no foul protector. I guess that's what you want to call it. It's fucking stupid. And then I just ordered from Title Boxing. They had a sale on those strap up belly pads.
okay, yeah.
So I got a real good like belly pad thing for $49. It was on sale from like fucking 200.
Wow, that's a really good deal, actually.
Yeah. So we got that, and so what we're gonna do in the summertime here, because our gym slows down a little bit. So the guys, we got some serious guys, like some serious amateur guys that want to keep training. I'll let everybody know right now. I've put in for my coaching card for amateur boxing.
Ooh.
So I'm going to try to compete. I'm trying to get a fight. I want to fight. Nobody wants to seem to take my bait, so maybe I'll have to fucking take a shit can or something. Who fucking knows? But the amount of people up at the gym now that we have that are going to be competing in amateur boxing, I have been teaching them a lot. So the coaches up there asked me if I would get my coaching card and come in and coach guys. So I'll be
Straight on, man. You enjoy it down there. That'll be cool to see you give
I
back.
like that.
Yeah. You probably should not cuss at people's kids the same way you cuss at me and your family and stuff
Listen,
like that. But
I got two kids that I work with, Jackson, and he's got fucking ADHD like it's fucking going out of style. His mother's always up with him there, and she says, "Say whatever you want to him because he fucking needs to hear it." So I cuss at him all the time. So Jackson,
and how old is this guy?
He's 10.
Okay.
He's a buzzsaw though. Like, whew.
Has he boxed before? Like, has he competed?
He's had 7 fights now.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Okay.
but they're classified as fun fights, right? Like to get an actual amateur fight, win or lose, that kind of thing, you have to be 12.
Oh, okay, okay. So until you're 12, they just do. So do they really bring back the contact then with those with under 12, or do they still let them kind of
They go at it.
go at it?
They
They
go
go
at it.
at it.
Like Jackson's last fight, he made a kid cry, and the referee came over to his corner and said he had to calm down a little bit. Because the kid was crying in his corner. Hey, I get it. Like kids are emotional at that age. Now Hunter's a different story. He's going to be 13 years old, so his first fight isn't going to be a fun fight. It's a fucking we're going.
It's a fist fight.
Well, it's amateur boxing, but still, it's a fist fight. Yeah, you can knock
Fist
you
fight,
can knock your
boxing.
opponent out.
Yeah. Sweet.
So
Yeah, and that's gonna be in September, you said, right?
I think that fight has been pushed back to October now.
Okay.
We tried to line something up in May, but the May fight actually turned out to be Golden Gloves, and he's not ready for something like that yet.
Yeah, no, that's true. You should, well, deep water. No, but you should wait and get a few of those things figured out, and get them one. It's totally different. Yeah, like you said, getting one matchup and doing that, or getting into a weekend and now you're fighting. Even if he wins the first fight, now he's fighting 2 or 3 times in the weekend. Like that,
Yeah.
that would be a little bit challenging on a new young kid.
Yeah.
Especially since it'd be different if he'd been training for 2 or 3 years or something like that, and then
Yes.
boxing and training and sparring. But just starting out, that's a good idea then.
I don't mind the fight getting pushed back. I think the more time he has to get ready for it is going to be better, right? Because we're trying to erase these bad habits he had before of like eating Kraft dinner and hot dogs and picking the first thing out of the fridge that you think tastes good.
That was the next thing I was gonna actually say. How's his eating going?
So for the first month, he didn't drop a pound because he was cheating and not telling anybody. So he's pulling a Luke Spicer. And I was like,
I was gonna
"Fuck
say,
it."
was he even listening to me, man? Jesus Christ, Hunter. I even messaged him and said, "Don't act like me and listen to your uncle."
So we put him on a scale literally 30 days after he weighed in. So he weighed in at 92 point something. It was like 92.4. And then when we put him on the scale in the morning after a fresh piss and all that kind of stuff, he was 92. So I said, okay, fuck. I freaked out. I was like, how? How is this happening? There's no possible way. It's not humanly possible for you to be following the stuff that I'm telling you to do, eating the food that I'm telling you to do, and you haven't lost a fucking pound.
Does he put on any size though?
No.
Oh.
So then he came clean about 3 hours later. He's like, I've been cheating at night. I've been eating the popcorn and the granola bars and I was like,
Those granola bars are the devil, man. Like,
Fuck.
God, I have 1 or 2 of those and I blowed up and feel just like shit the next day now.
So he learned his
do.
lesson.
Yeah.
So the next week I told him, okay, here is your fucking diet. If you get off your diet, I'm done. Went for 1 week. I weighed him 92 pounds. At the end of the week, he was 88 pounds. So I said, okay, what works? Eating Pop-Tarts and sucking dicks or fucking doing what I tell you to? Like,
Jesus.
he's like, doing what you tell me to. So he's been good for the last little while. Like for the last couple of weeks, he's been all right. He was 87 on Sunday morning. So
Now, for those of you who don't understand, we are not actually stating that we think young kids should lose a bunch of weight.
no,
Even if they are fat kids should lose weight. But you gotta still do it. You gotta compete. But I think that it's important to teach kids though that are in sports like this, any kind of sport that involves their body, to teach them about body image and stuff like that, and teach them about the scale and why it's there, because too often they end up with an unhealthy view of themselves, and that reminded me today, right? Like, so we were talking to these kids today about goal setting, whatever else, and this one girl, they're grade 9, right? They're at an emotional age, right? She says, well, I want to get more confidence. And I was like, okay, why do you want confidence? She's like, guys, I have none. I was like, okay, and she said, like grade 9, she's a She's not like, you can see some kids and you're like, "Ooh, you're homely looking. I understand why you don't have any self-confidence." She wasn't like that, right? Like, and I'm not saying that you say, "Oh, look at you, you weirdo," but you can understand when some of them say that they don't have a good image of themselves, why. But so, talking to her or whatever else and saying that kind of stuff and figuring out. And then another young girl, she's a little bigger. Her only goal is to lose, like her big goal is to lose weight. And it's like, okay. I said, why do you, her big goal is to have the image of my body that I want. Okay, well, what is
Okay.
that image then? And so I said, like, she goes, well, she kind of looks at me. She's like, well, look at me, I'm pretty fat, and I was like, all right. I said, so what do you want to do though? She's like, well, and they break these goals down into like, so daily habits, right? Like eat better. I'm like, well, what is eating better though? I was like, did you know if you eat, and I use that example, I'm like, if you eat 3,000 calories of broccoli, you're still going to put on fat.
Yeah.
She kind of looked at me. I was like, you got to, so I told her like MyFitnessPal, I said, log in there, put your weight in, put in your goals and everything. I said, and then you know what? Set up a plan. Like talk to a nutritionist, talk to somebody, set up a plan. You'll get this thing. I said, and take your scale and throw it in the fucking garbage.
Yeah.
She like looks at me. I'm like, seriously? I was like, set up your plan and follow your plan and adjust your plan if you're not happy with what you're seeing happening in the mirror. Stop looking at the scale because it's not a good thing. Like it's really bothersome when you see kids that have these you know images of themselves, but they actually have no idea how they're going to you know lose any weight or how they're going to get in shape or how they're going to take better care of themselves. But none of them are out there saying, well, I want to eat a bunch of junk food, I want to watch TV and be lazy, but they make these bad choices, and I think most adults do too.
Well, here's the thing with the generation that's coming, like, and it's in our generation too. It's called being fucking lazy. Like, if you don't want, like, you need to motivate yourself every day to get off your ass and go do something. Like, what motivates me is getting to compete or getting in shape that I can get ready to compete. Like, everybody needs to have a fucking goal. But if you can't get that goal in your brain, that like you need to embed it in your brain. And if you don't put in the fucking work, like, I'm up at 5. I'm out the door at 5. Nobody fucking wants to do that. I don't want to do it. So why do I do it? Because I have to. Because it's called fucking work. And if I don't do it, I won't achieve that goal.
No.
It's the same thing. Like, you want to own a fucking business. You got to get up and you got to put in the work. You can't just fly by the seat of your fucking pants all day.
Well, you can, but the results speak for themselves when you do that, and that's the thing. And it's like you need to establish a serious game plan for whatever it is that you're going to do, whether it's stepping in the ring or, wanting to parade around in a bikini or shorts in the summertime without your belly hanging out.
It applies to everything in life. You think farmers want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go feed their stupid chickens? Or, oh, fuck, the cow's giving birth to a fucking calf right now. It's 2 a.m. Fuck it, I'm just going to stay in bed.
Well, don't they know how to do that themselves anyway, them animals? They're
What if
doing it
it,
for,
what if it gets
do-
stuck? Like,
just
what
doing it.
if? There's a lot of what ifs with stuff, but they got to get up and do it. Because if they don't, there's a real good chance that something's going to die. But it applies to everything in life. It applies to brushing your teeth. If you don't brush your teeth good enough, they're going to fall out of your fucking head.
That is true. I saw this meme not long ago, and it talked about I think it was for two of them. It was for financial like stability and wealth and stuff, and then it was also talking about the gym and being in great shape, right? And how people constantly say that, and it fucking drives me nuts, that mentality of like, well, look at that person. They're in such great shape. Why do they work out so much? Look at that person. He's so wealthy. Why does he still get up and go to work? And it's like, motherfucker, your teeth are good. Why do you still brush your teeth?
Yeah,
Because you want them to stay that way. So if
yeah.
you want to be in good shape, you have to still work out. If you want to have financial independence, you've got to still get up and work your ass off. Drives me nuts how lazy people are.
Well, it's just nobody wants to fucking work. It is what it
Yeah.
is. Fuck them. Fuck you. Fuck everybody. Like, I posted that meme a little while ago. Like, if you get paid to do something, don't ask me to do it for free. Like, do your own fucking work. You got to everybody's got to get up and do their own grind. It doesn't matter what it is, whether you're going to Wall Street or fucking sucking dick for bus fare, you still got to work.
That reminds me. Did you make me those memes to attack Brian Caldwell? Just kidding.
Listen, I've made a lot of memes over the last little while, and I believe that you already have memes to attack Brian Caldwell.
I'm only kidding. I know he'll hear the show, man. I'm just joking. It was like I don't need him for free. I'm just teasing around. We I did see one thing on the Instagram though. I shared the thing about Jelena's fight, and I did see our friend Aaron had commented on there.
Heather Hardy.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Heather Hardy is an MMA fighter now. She fights for Bellator.
Yeah.
So
That would have been neat to see that.
realistically, is it a good fight? 100%. I'd love to see it.
Heather Hardy's still ranked number 2 in the world, and Jelena's number 1. So
Yeah,
she's still actually ranked just below Jelena for boxing.
I think Heather still has an active boxing license, so it'd be a good fight. But also you got to take into consideration her losses in MMA. She's been knocked out, and I think she's been submitted. But hey, who fucking cares? Let's get the good fights, man. Like Jelena's at Fight 50. Let's get some high profile fights.
That would be one of them, man.
That's one of them, 100%. I'd like to see Aaron Tohill come back too. That'd be awesome. She wouldn't fight Jelena, obviously, but Aaron's a big girl.
Oh, I'm telling her, you said that. That's not very nice. She'll kick your ass.
Go ahead. Really, really not worried about it. She's wearing the bad guy hat now anyway. You're fucked.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
You didn't hear from the Soul Assassin, I'm guessing.
Did not. No, that's really weird.
Guest of the year did the dip on us.
Wow.
How does that make you feel, Luke?
It is what it is. I mean, like he's got a big fight coming up. He's got a lot going on. So maybe he said he only had a little bit of time available today, so something might have come up.
I'm not mad at it.
No. Him and Gabriel Varga are competing for Bellator July 14th in Rome, Italy.
Is this for the title?
It is, I believe so.
Perfect. Listen, there's not a lot of big fights in kickboxing, but this is a big one. Where you put two solid names down on paper, they sign it, and they're ready to go. Gabriel Vargas not fucking around. He's a former Glory champion. Kevin Ross has probably held every belt under the sun. Maybe not a Glory belt, but he's won a lot of tie belts. So
he definitely has had a lot of them.
It's one of the most talked about kickboxing fights, I think, in the last little while. Like, people have been asking for the fight for a while now.
Yeah, for a long time.
I would like to see John Wayne Parr on that card too in a rematch against that fella. What's his nuts?
Edar or whatever. EDER.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go 3 more rounds. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, they definitely should have went. Yeah, it's for the featherweight world title.
We did miss a fight on the weekend. Broner fought Vargas. I fucking forgot about the stupid fight, but apparently it ended in a draw. I'm gonna watch it later, I think.
It did not look like it should have been a draw.
No,
not even close, actually. No. And they did an interview after the fact. Did you see that?
Yes.
Just in the ring and then just outside the ring, and he's like, "Look at your face, motherfucker! You think that was a draw? Look at your face! I beat the brakes off of you." Yeah. That was so good. Yeah.
In other sports news, the Toronto Maple Leafs are on to Game 7 with the Boston fucking Bruins when they went down 3-1 in a series, and now they're in Game 7, which is dope. You gotta like that. There's only 2 Canadian teams in the Stanley Cup playoffs right now: the Winnipeg Jets and the Toronto Maple Leafs. But if Toronto can come back and win Game 7, that's a real tough task to do, and they're going to be a real motherfucker to deal with the rest of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Where's Game 7 in Boston?
In Boston.
Okay.
So
there'll be riots had by somewhere.
Well, unfortunately, I think Game 7 is being played on Wednesday. This show will come out on Thursday, so maybe people will send me fucking rude messages saying I'm a fucking idiot or some shit. Who knows? Well, hopefully, we're recording this on Tuesday before we leave for Edmonton on Wednesday. Hopefully, the Toronto Maple Leafs win, and we can go on to round 2 and beat the fuck out of it. I think they would play the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is that's a tall task. And I know you don't watch hockey because you're a vegan.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't watch hockey. Yeah, no, yeah, no, definitely not watching hockey, man. I got way better things to watch or do than watch a hockey game.
We're a hockey household in this house. Like my wife's father, I can hear him yelling at the TV from across town. And then Tasha played hockey, I played hockey. So like, we don't like get so fucking hot and horny for it like in the regular season. We'll sit down on Saturday night and watch a couple periods or the last two periods or some shit. Not well, if boxing or something like that's on, we're not watching it. But playoff season, we get fucking fired up.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I'll sit down and watch the Stanley Cup playoffs usually, like a lot of times, right? If it's on, I enjoy watching. I did play hockey for, like every Canadian kid for quite a few years, but at the same time, it is what it is. But I do have one last interesting story to tell you. You might find it interesting, maybe not. I was at the Illuminati meeting last night, and so this buddy of mine gets up and he starts talking at the festive board after. And he talks about the chairs and the different positions within the lodge and all the stuff. And he says, like there's a lot of chairs that don't actually, have a lot, they have stuff to do, but they're not formal chairs within the lodge, but they're still parts that we need done. And he goes, this other guy who's since like left and is no longer with the lodge. He used to be the librarian. So then he talks about the librarian. We have an extensive library at the lodge, right?
Yeah.
And so then, because I'm the worshipful master, I'm the last guy that talks, in the night for the speeches, and then we shut everything down.
Yeah.
So I stand up to always do. We did a degree, and so I thank all these guys. I tell all this stuff. But I start off with saying that, my co-host on the podcast says I'm a boring librarian. And I said, how fucking funny would that be if I actually become the librarian next year for the lodge? And I could say, I'm an actual librarian now. And I'll get my title and I'll get all this stuff. But at the same time, I don't know, man, that would be probably, like, I imagine it would be a pretty big undertaking at the lodge hall to actually be somebody that's organized and looking after those books. But I don't know, I just thought it was funny because there's you talking about librarian all the time, and I could actually get a librarian gig.
I 100% think that you should take the librarian gig because it fits.
Yeah, there you go.
And it'd be hilarious.
Well, I might surprise you.
Did that fat fucking guy from that fucking supplements place ever show up to your Illuminati meetings again?
No.
No? Chased him right out of town.
Yeah, I don't know. But it has sent some, like, they started following us on the Instagrams and everything else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Block.
But it might be one of those ones followed and then unfollow, follow, unfollow. But there's other people that run their social media too, right? So it's might not just be him. So who knows? Who cares? I don't know. If you're shopping for supplements in Red Deer, you should go to Herc's anyway. It doesn't really matter. So
yeah, go hang out with LaQuinn. She's dope.
She is very dope.
And if you're shopping for supplements in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, just go to supplementscanada.com because we ain't got shit here.
Oh, that's really too bad.
Yeah, I actually use a place called Supplement Source Canada because they're cheap. Like I get that diesel protein, it regularly costs me like $89, $67 on that motherfucker. I like that.
That's a good deal, man. That is a good deal.
Yeah. We can get the fuck out of here, but socks of the week, what are we doing for this week, Luke?
Well, socks of the week this week, guys. Tune in Friday. Tanner and I are going to be in Edmonton. We are going to go check out a Stance sock place in Edmonton. We're going to find a good place. We're going to do a live video there. We're going to get some socks. I know you guys always see it on here, but we're going to go, we're going to meet up in Edmonton, go check out some socks. We have been in talks with Stance Socks, so we're hoping we're going to have a promo code for you guys really soon to start ordering and buying socks. We're just trying to work out those last few details, and if they don't get them, then we're going to not wear Stance Socks anymore. And no, I'm just kidding. They're pretty comfy, man. I got a few pairs, and so we're going to check those out, and that'll be that. But I am going to show you guys a pair that I'm probably going to rock to the actual fights, unless I love the Stance socks. But these are by Bugatti. These are my flare socks for KO boxing for fight night. They're gonna look pretty sweet. So that's the ones that I'm gonna wear to KO boxing, unless I can find these amazing stance socks in Edmonton, because the selection here in Red Deer for stance socks is not very good. So I just want to see if I can find something in Edmonton first. But if not, those are the pair I'm wearing.
Well, what we could also do is probably go to the Clinch Fight Shop and get some TMT socks. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we could do that too. We are going to go to the Clinch. See, that's the thing, eh? We always talk about how we don't have a lot to do, and then we get together and we end up having 400 fucking stops to make when we're in Edmonton.
There's too many things to do.
That's okay, though. We'll figure it out.
Song of the week again, guys, from the Super Duper Dario Minute or the Super Mario Dario Minute is 100 Grandkids by Mac Miller. Again, it's 100 Grandkids by Mac Miller. Dario was not happy with the response on Instagram from last week with people posting the song because apparently some people didn't like it. I was down with it. Golden God by Machine Gun Kelly, but hey, sometimes people aren't gonna fucking dig your shit. But he was very upset by it. I was also upset by him taking a picture with Steve Bossy.
Yeah, I saw that. You fucking reined that in pretty quick, though.
Oh yeah,
that kid's out of control some days, man. You got to watch out for him. Like he doesn't know. I got the song queued up here right now. I want to hear a couple lyrics of this thing. Let's skip ahead now. We're skipping ahead. Can't listen. I can get behind that. I can probably maybe even make a video of that later.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So, guys, like we do have a lot of spies in the Quebecs, but it's coming out that I don't know if our spies are actually our spies anymore. Like maybe they're like everybody else's spies and they're spying on us. Who fucking knows? But we got our friends hanging out with fucking Simon Keene and goddamn Steve Bossy double crossing, and then there's fucking Instagram stories that come out. Who knows what's going to happen when we get to Edmonton and we see the boogeyman. But we'll get the fuck out of here for today. Again, our sponsors for the show today, Buds and Leaves and Vic West. Buds and Leaves is a full licensed dispensary helping athletes and patients of all kinds get the help that they need. If you want to check them out, go to www.budsandleaves.com or on Instagram at Buds and Leaves. Again, it was the Smile Spray from our boy Blake McVitie. You guys can check them out at Buds and Leaves or go to www.smilevliquid.com. That's SMYLE vliquid.com. I don't know if that's going to focus. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
But this stuff's great. It tastes like oranges. I like it. Who else do we have? We have Monster headphones, best headphones in the business. The Duke's got the gold soccer ones. I don't know what's probably David Rectum or whatever his name is.
David Beckham.
Oh, is that what his name is? Okay, cool. I've got the Monster Clarity headphones because I run this shit and I need to hear everything, including Luke's nostril breathing. And we had Audible.
So you're the one that sounds fucking. You sound like this week. So plugged up, sniffing all the fucking time. And Audible.com.
Yeah.
Head on over to audibletrial.com/spice, and Spice Life Podcast is going to give you 2 free ebooks, and Audible Trial will give you 1 month free. Put your credit card in there and get some books.
All right, we're off to KO Boxing. We'll see you guys fucking next week, I think. Next Tuesday. I don't know who the fuck's coming on. Maybe Dario Berdician will be here for sure. Maybe we'll call Bruno. We'll see if we can get another episode of the Kill Me Now segment.
There you go. That'll be a good one.
All right. Jesus. We're out. Peace.